In 2014, the Battleboro Memorial Hospital received a surprise donation of $4.8 million. The donor was a 92-year-old janitor who was working in a local department store. Yes, you did not hear me wrong. He is a janitor. His name was Ronald Read. He was never a businessman, never worked in some high-income job. In fact, before working as a janitor, he was working as a gas station attendant before his retirement. No one saw this coming. In fact, none of his family members or friends knew that he has accumulated $8 million in wealth until the day he passed away.
Sneaky.
This video is brought to you by Eastspring Investments Bursa. Ronald Read was the first in his family to graduate from a high school, and after high school he enlisted in the army and served in World War II. After the war, he returned to his hometown Vermont and worked at a gas station and got married with a woman who had 2 children. Then he continued working in the gas station for 34 years until his retirement. Then after his retirement, he took a part-time job as a janitor at JCPenney's, a department store just in the town. If there's one word that his friends would describe him, it would be frugal. Friends would remember him driving a second-hand Toyota Yaris and using safety pins to hold his coat together. It was said that once his colleague even offered him financial assistance, thinking that he's barely making a living and struggling financially. Well, what to expect when you see someone putting his coat together with safety pin? Anyway, Reed rejected his colleague's offer. Frugality, that's the first lesson that we can learn from Ronald Read. Well, I'm not saying that you shouldn't buy new clothes. The point is, don't spend unnecessarily. If you can't control your spending, it doesn't matter how much you earn. Along my career, I've met people who earn big salary but have no financial security simply because their spending habits. Well, I'm sure you have met people like that as well, right? Instead of talking about what we should spend or shouldn't, since everyone has different priorities and lifestyle, I prefer to practice this universal virtue. Save before you spend, or pay yourself first, whatever you want to call it. Make it the first thing to set aside at least 20% of your income once you receive your salary. Then the remaining 80%, do as you wish, whether it's for shopping or food or travel. But the 20% to set aside is non-negotiable. Don't spend it, pay yourself first. Unless it's a life or death situation. If you're thinking saving 20% a month won't make you a millionaire, well, you are probably right, especially if you don't have a high income. Just like Ronald Read. How did he do it? How did he become a millionaire just by saving his money? He made his money work for him. So, Mr. Read has been investing consistently as early as the 1950s, probably in his late 20s. It was said that by the time he passed away, his estate had an investment portfolio with more than 90 stocks, and his strategy was to invest and hold for the long term. His gigantic wealth was a result of 2 factors: consistency and patience. Consistency, to invest regularly and consistently instead of a one-off event. Patience, to hold on to an investment for a long period of time. Every time I read about great investors, these 2 traits will always appear. In other words, if you want to be rich through investing, well, you have to embody these 2 traits into your investing style. And the easiest way to put that into practice is to apply a very simple investment strategy: dollar cost averaging. DCA. The concept is simple. Just invest an amount of money and invest on a regular basis, such as setting aside 300 ringgit to invest on a monthly basis. It's simple, yet powerful investment strategy. Wait, it can't be so simple, right? Shouldn't you watch the market and only buy when the time is right? Let's see what the data says. Imagine if you are in 1979 and you have to invest in the market for the next 40 years. You can choose from 2 investment strategies. The first, dollar cost averaging, where you invest 100 ringgit into the market every month for the next 40 years. Number 2, buy the dip. You can save up 100 ringgit every month, but you will only invest when the market is down, so-called when it's the good time to invest. In this scenario, you are also somehow given the godlike ability to predict when the market will dip, giving you an unfair advantage. So which one will you choose? Tell us in the comment. Now, here's the time for the results. Well, if you chose strategy 2, sorry, although you had a lot of excitement, your actual returns are likely lower than the boring strategy of dollar cost averaging, even with the godlike ability to predict when the market dips. If you're planning to build up cash and buy only at the next bottom, well, data show that it's better to just invest regularly every month. Because if you wait for the next dip, the market is likely to keep rising and leave you behind. The point is, dollar cost averaging averaging is a good investment strategy for many of us. And I personally think that it's probably a good strategy for most of the people out there. Why? Because first, it is affordable. You can set aside a regular amount like 100 ringgit every month. Second, it does not require some extensive investment skills or knowledge or the ability to predict.
I honestly can't predict.
Now, as long as you've done some research and you are investing in a sound investment vehicle, you will be fine. Today, there are many great investment vehicles such as Eastspring's Regular Investment Choice or REACH, which is designed specifically to help you maximize your potential return with regular investment. However, do remember this, that every investment has its risks, so speak to your Eastspring consultant to find out more. Now, the third thing is this, it helps you to focus on what is more important in life. Instead of spending all your time looking at the screen trying to time the market, predict when's the next best time, it's really stressful. It is really stressful trying to predict when to enter the market and exit the market. And as the studies show, even if you are able to predict accurately, you may still lose out to a simple DCA. In my opinion, I like regular investing because it's more affordable and less stressful. That way, I can enjoy the more important things in life, like building a good relationship with my family. Maybe regular investing, both you and I may be able to accumulate significant amount of wealth even without some big fat salary, just like how Mr. Ronald Read did it.